Hello everyone. Native English Video Dictionary.
Hi, my name is Elisa and I'm a native English speaker from the US, and this video is made exclusively for English Video Dictionary. So let's talk about the word weird. So first of all, we are all weird in our own way, and weird just simply means that something is unusual, it's not normal, it's strange, supernatural. When I say supernatural, I don't necessarily mean in the sense of they're aliens or you come from another planet, although it could mean that. But when I say supernatural, in this case, I really just mean that something is not natural. It's just not how you would expect something to be. So a lot of things can be weird. Like I said, all of us are weird in our own way. People can absolutely be weird. When you are in middle school or high school, so that would be from the age of about 11 to 18, you tend to think a lot of things are weird. You tend to think a lot of your classmates are weird. You definitely think your parents are weird. Your mom might wave to you and be like, "Hi, honey," and you might be like, "Oh, mom, stop. You're so weird." And it's not that your mom's necessarily doing anything unnatural. It's just that you, as a, 13 or 14-year-old, might think that everything your mom does is weird or unnatural or strange or maybe unwanted in this case. So weird doesn't actually have to be something that everyone thinks is unusual. It can just be something that the person using the word thinks is unusual, like a 13 or 14-year-old having their mom wave to them at school in front of their friends. They would probably call their mom weird and beg her to stop. Weird can also pertain to noises. So perhaps in your house you hear a weird noise. It's just a strange noise, something unexpected. You don't know what it is. You might say something like, "Whoa, did you hear that? What is that? That was a weird noise." It could be anything. It could just be the house adjusting. It could be a burglar coming in. It could be your kid coming in and you just didn't expect them at that time. It could be anything. It could be an animal just making a weird noise and you hear it. Perhaps your neighbor is making a weird noise, something that you wouldn't expect to hear. So it can really just be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be something bad. It just has to be something unusual, unexpected, strange, something like that. A question could be weird. Just recently, a reporter asked a basketball player a little bit of a weird question. They asked if his mom was still alive, and his response was, "That's a weird question." Because it kind of was. Obviously, that's something that they could have looked up, and it's a little bit weird, maybe even rude, to ask someone if their mother is still alive. So you might have that same kind of response if someone asks you a question that you weren't exactly expecting. Seems a little strange. You might say, "That's a weird question," just like he did. So weird doesn't always have to mean something negative. It can also mean something positive. This happens sometimes with music. I feel like it happens more often with like rock and roll music or guitar, where someone might do something unusual, something else that's a little bit weird, and someone might say, "Man, that was weird." But in this case, they mean weird in a good way. So yes, it was strange. Yes, it was unexpected. Yes, it was unusual. But in music, that might be something that you want. So it may have been all of those things, but sounded really awesome and been really great. Food is another time that this can happen. Weird food combinations that actually turn out to taste really good. Pineapple on pizza comes to mind. That's not something that I necessarily like to eat, but a lot of people like that. And that is that is a weird food combination that you wouldn't necessarily expect, but a lot of people think taste really good. I think that happens with a lot of snacks. A lot of snack combinations are weird, they're unusual, but they actually taste really good. Weirded out is another way that this word is used quite a bit. Not all the time, but it's definitely something that you'll hear. So weirded out just kind of means freaked out. Just, ooh, oh, this is definitely a negative way of saying this word. An alien, if you saw an alien, you would probably be weirded out. You would be freaked out, maybe a little scared from the encounter with this alien that you are having. You're definitely going to be weirded out. I am weirded out by snakes. I'm weirded out if any sort of a spider touches me. I'm going to be incredibly weirded out. It's gonna scare me. It's gonna freak me out. I'm gonna have that kind of a reaction. Anything slimy, especially something slimy that touches your hand when you're not expecting it, maybe even if you are expecting it, probably is going to weird you out. Some synonyms for weird are strange, unusual, unconventional, and some antonyms are normal, ordinary, and expected. That is it for weird. Thanks for watching.